What's up, guys? It's me, Arshi. We're gonna be doing some acrylic pouring tonight. I'm starting on this blank canvas. I haven't prepped it or primed it with anything. I'm literally just starting on a blank canvas. The colors I am using today are white, gold. Oops, I think there's something stuck in here. Let me get that out. So the colors we're using today are white, gold, light blue, dark blue, red, and yellow. And we will be repeating these in the same order, in the same sequence, as I place the cups so that I remember how I need to pour them. Now, what I want to mention here is that I have used 50% of Flo and 30% of acrylic paint with 20% of water. So after I mixed all of this together, all of these colors together in each individual cup, I went ahead and poured 1 drop of silicone in each of these cups. I think I got my, oh yeah, I think there's something in my paint. You know how sometimes the paints get clumpy? Yeah, so I'm not liking that because it might actually affect the way the paint flows. Now, learning from my mistake, I did realize one thing after making the video is that I should have used a lot of white on top. I did use some white, but I think I should have used a lot more because we will be doing an acrylic swipe today. And as y'all know, when the acrylic swipe comes from the top to the bottom, the paint on top is actually covering the entire medium while you swipe it. You'll understand this in a minute when I actually do the swipe. I'm using cellophane wrap for this swipe, but I've seen people use paper towels. I've seen people use parchment paper, any kind of like plastic wrapping, or you can basically do anything for the swipe. But for the sake of this video, I will be just using cling wrap that we find in the kitchen. So also another thing I realized, when you're pouring paint, make sure to cover all the corners. You see how these corners are like so empty? You got to move the canvas around and actually get all the corners. You literally get all the paint pouring towards the corners. And I did not do that in my pouring, and I'm fairly new to pouring. I enjoy a lot of art resin, and pouring is something I've seen done, and it's just inspirational for me, and I wanted to give it a try. So as you can see, I ran out of the red color here, so I have some yellow left. So I think I'm going to finish the entire pour with this yellow color. Now, I did find my yellow color to be a little clumpy, and I already knew I'm going to have run into problems because half of my acrylic paints were like a little older than the other ones. Some of them were like fresh and new, and you can just tell by the consistency which acrylic paint is new and which one's, a little older. So what I'm doing now is I'm just trying to get everything out of that cup, right? And by the way, guys, I did wash all these cups and recycle them, so that I can reuse them, because there's a lot of environmentalists on social media these days, and I got attacked by this one person that I don't even know, and they were on my Facebook, and they commented on my resin art, because I post a lot of resin art, the stuff I do, and like we're artists, we need to use these cups. So I got a lot of hate from this person, and I was like, oh wow, this, like, I totally got ambushed, because first, I don't know who that person was, and secondly, I didn't know how to retaliate to that, and I'm not even like looking to retaliate to that. But basically, what they said was, "Oh, you don't give a shit because you don't recycle the cups, and you're causing so much pollution, and you're gonna throw them in the garbage, and oh da 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 da." And no, actually, I'm not. Here's the cling wrap, and I already had it tucked. The cling wrap was actually slightly tucked in under the canvas. So now I'm just gonna, it's kind of, this is a difficult process. It looks easy, but swiping is not that easy. Also, you gotta keep your hands very steady, and you gotta maintain that pace. So if you're going slow, go slow. Don't go slow and fast and fast and slow and then stop, and right. So just maintain that steadiness. Keep your hand steady, and you see, you got to make sure the white covers the entire canvas, because that is the whole point of doing the swipe. Now, it's also very hard to record videos while trying to, do something, because this was my first time doing something like that, and I wanted to record it. And let me tell you, it was difficult. The struggle I had was the first mistake. Like I said, I should have poured all the paint from side to side, like literally from side to side. And now here you see that I'm totally screwing up the whole painting, because what I'm doing is, I already know I'm going to run into problems, because all the paints on the side is just missing. I could have just left it or not messed with it. But of course, you know me, right? I always have to go ahead and mess with all my paintings. So it actually looked really good. And I didn't even get to torching it. I didn't even get to, honestly, I didn't even see any bubbles, because I was actually going on with these paints. Like, I was actually stirring them or mixing them for a very long time. Like, I remember, like, it was 5 p.m. Then suddenly, I'm stirring this, and I see that how it got so dark, and I'm like, oh my god, I've been doing this for an hour. So here you see me pouring the paint. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that, guys? This is mistake number 1. What is the mistake? Everything's flowing, all the cells are moving, but only in the color red. Why is that? Can you tell me? I'll tell you why. Because I poured a little bit too much of the red. And now all the cells are moving only in one direction. The whole canvas should be tilted, and the whole canvas should be moving. And all the cells in this video should be moving in harmony. But that is not happening. I have destroyed the cells, but I'm still going on with the painting, and I'm saying, okay, it's art, right? You got to make the best out of it. Sometimes you can fix things, and sometimes, we look at our work for too long, we don't like it, but others like it, right? So I got my gloves dirty, and now apparently my hands are all messy. And these are the cells. This is the results. This is what I was left with. And after a lot of turning and, moving the canvas, and I really like the light blue and the dark blue. That's like really nice. And this is what I ended up with. But I completely screwed up the edges, and till today, I don't know how I'm going to fix that. But so I realized that, okay, I already fucked this up. So let me take some cellophane paper. Sorry, guys. It's really funny to narrate this video. So I thought I messed it up a little bit more, because I already fucked it up, right? So I take the black and I'm thinking of doing a reswipe. You know what a reswipe is? When you do something and you don't like it and you think of swiping it again, but this time not with a white but with a black. So now what I did was I mixed up some acrylic paints. This is like totally emergency. It's like state of emergency right now. So we're gonna take some black paint. We're gonna pour some water in it and a drop of silicone. And here you can see me. I'm going crazy with it. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna abstract this baby up, but I'm not giving up on those cells. Like I want some action. I want some serious cells. This time I want them to be black. So here I'm going with my heat gun, and I don't know. I achieved something. I destroyed the edges, but I'm gonna leave it as that. And I guess so much for copy.